Artificial intelligence seems to be the most misunderstood technology of our time. It sounds as if it's some kind of magic, though it's just a lot of complicated math, which for some people is kind of the same thing. Humanity is betting a lot on AI. We want those self-driving cars, robot butlers like yesterday. But who knows when this will happen? Pretending to know how the future plays out is always fun and sounds cool, but in this video I want to share 8 AI projects that already have been created and that you can try out. I hope this will help to demystify this topic a little bit. The main reason why I hate COVID-19 is that it cancelled the Eurovision 2020 Song Contest, the very year when my people of Lithuania had a song that's an absolute banger and should have brought Eurovision to my country for the first time in history. Crying bloody tears with my blue jeans on. Now the song that I want to share with you is in part created by AI. I will have a link in the description, but the song is absolutely amazing. The words make little sense, but it has all the elements for the perfect Eurovision song. I had this song on repeat for a long time. When you hear it, you instantly feel that Eurovision vibe. And if it would be competing in a Eurovision Song Contest, I believe it could have a very decent spot.
Blue jeans and bloody tears, blue jeans and bloody tears. There's no life without your life in misery. Blue jeans and bloody tears.
Don't give up on the precious summer.
This person doesn't exist. This one as well. And this one. And this deformed kitten doesn't exist. And whatever this is doesn't exist as well. AI is very good at creating different photos of stuff once it's fed with enough data. It's not perfect a lot of the time, but given enough reloads, you can find some really beautiful faces. Links in the description. With time, I guess it's going to evolve into the 3D space just as easily, as everything is rather similar, just that you need more inputs, which is just a matter of time to building that database and then training an AI model. Not saying it's not challenging, but it's doable. Just like AI can create pictures from the data it's fed, it can also closely model voice recording. Joe Rogan has miles of his voice recordings online, and this AI project was based on that. They trained AI to speak like Joe. Funny or creepy? Imagine if someone used this technology and built up the voice of Donald Trump and created audio where he would declare war. That would definitely draw some confusion. Well, these deepfake tech is getting better, and in the future we will need to be very aware of this. With more efficient and more sophisticated AI models, with time even people with very little of their voice data could be exploited.
Check this out. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? She sells seashells on the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells on shore.
Ever wanted to listen to music that no one else has ever heard before? Well, this tool can generate you music by different parameters. The quality is pretty silly, but guess what? The background music for this video has been made with this tool. Took a little bit of playing around, but I guess it's not bad. Not as great as the Blue Jeans song, but here it seems it takes very little effort to generate these tracks. This one is pretty similar to the one where they recreated the Joe Rogan voice, but here they are adding in faces into video footage, which is even more powerful. Combine audio and video and you can take over the world, kind of. But yeah, people in the spotlight are at the most risk of being deep-faked, as there's a ton of data to train those models. So more reasons to keep your data private online. Lastly, I want to share some Google experiments that show how easy it is for developers to create these monstrosities. You just need to connect a few APIs, sprinkle some imagination on top, and here you have the thing translator. Just 2 Google APIs, one for image recognition and the second is the infamous Google Translator. And another very similar experiment where they connected image recognition, text-to-speech and some sick beats. Still, when you deconstruct, it's rather simple, just 3 APIs working together. I guess this sounds like a humble brag, though the idea that I want to communicate to you is that this isn't rocket science, when the whole rocket science part is abstracted under an API, of course. Back to music again. This Google experiment lets you synthesize new sounds into existence. You can come up with some really funny stuff. Not sure if I would get better results if I had any music training, but it's pretty amusing. How they made it is by training an AI model with music instruments and then, in essence, summing those sounds with any random sound like a cow saying moo, and that's what you get here. This experiment is not much AI magic, just that the sounds were placed based on similarity, but it's a very elegant application that creates some sick beats. Using this as the base and then using the synthesizer, I'm coming close to creating my own AI music. Now I only need some lyrics, do I? Well, this experiment shows how similar can you sing to Freddie Mercury. Let's give it a spin. Now, based on the meter, I guess I should not pick this song during a karaoke night. This app using AI can turn your everyday photos into masterpieces. I played around with it and got some cool results. The app itself is quite annoying as it pushes its subscription at every corner, but it is worth bearing through. Their AI models have been trained in a very particular way. For example, they have made filters by training their AI models with paintings from very famous artists, and then they turn your photo into a piece of art that could have been made by that artist. Again, just look at these pictures. Artificial intelligence is a very exciting field right now, as new discoveries and cool new products are being made every month. I recommend checking out 2-minute papers where they go through the most recent published papers in the artificial intelligence field.